Hello, how are you doing? It's me, your girl, the Talk with Tiny. Just want to make sure that we are working. And yes, I am home away from home, and I have been having difficulties um, as far as, networking and stuff like that, which is really cool because honestly, I've been just laying low, you know, and if I don't have nothing in my spirit or in my bones urgent, I'd rather not say anything. I'd rather not be on here playing with people's time. You know, time is so precious. Um, and I try to, lately, I'm going to be keeping my conversations like really straightforward, uncut, no filters, and as we should be. We need to be straightforward from 21 Jump Street. We need to be very open minded, and we need to come away from uh, being locked in a system, is what we have to embrace. Well, thank you. Welcome. How are you? I'm so glad to have you. Um, and right now, I will be talking about a number of things, things that are not, even though in spite of everything that is taking place, but there's so many more other things that we're being distracted from, and I think that it's somebody's job to take it upon themselves and to you know let's go ahead and uh, put the spotlight on it, because I mean, truth be told, there's some things, so many things going on, and they're not telling you the real hidden agenda. They're never ever going to tell you, hey, you're my goyim, my cattle. Oh, well, yeah, we already established that Rabbi Falkenstein had established that memory, and he made that very clear when he carried on like he was invisible, if you will. I am well heard. You on Landscurve the other night. I've been woke for a couple years. This thing is serious. Yes. Well, welcome. Thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for bringing your amazing energy over here. Because I was over there literally sounding the alarm like it was my last day. So to be here today, all honor and glory goes to the Most High. And we are naturally spiritually in tune with our higher power, rather we know it or not. Everything else is an illusion. Uh, the system that we participate in, are partakers in, and we are believing that we don't have another choice, is the illusion in it. But in the meantime, while we're busy believing all these things that are against us and our will, and against our children, we have things brewing in the making, as far as like even things going on behind the sceneries that people should be taking heed to, because at the end of the day, this is what the fight is really all about. And the war is for your mind. And what are they doing with you? It all depends on you, and how much you're willing to embrace and know. As far as like knowing your enemy, it's very important that we study our enemy just like they study us, as far as overcoming us, with these little tactics and these never-ending illusions, to the point where human rights, advocates criticize biometric civilians systems and Belgrade. And what are they creating here? It's just some biometric screening, if you will, to the point where uh, they have contact lens biometrics, temperature screening solutions launched as early as deployments announced. Uh, this stuff right here is literally serious. So what I want to do is I want to just bring it to the front, and you know, at least if I put this information out there, and where am I going with this, and how serious this is. So we managed to make it over here. So they bring us from there to here, uh, and the list goes on. But where does it go after here? Do they ever stop? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. You know, um, they want you so monitored. They want you so like create. They want to monitor your temperature with this COVID-19. Can you imagine uh, the sheeple we have become mentally? They want us mentally crippled. They are this is beyond sedation. This is sedition. This is treason. This is tyranny. This is totalitarianism. This is invading your human rights. They will use artificial intelligence against you. Creative time solutions, fever scanners, you know, scans from range to 50 to 100 cm, 20 to 40 inches in less than a second. The solution also utilizes facial recognition up to 30,000 employees and provides an automated data log. Now, how many of us go to work on a daily basis and we're automatically being recorded? We don't think nothing of it, but meanwhile, they do. So yeah, Satan, the accuser, is always ready to accuse you. And what makes it so much worse is that they normalize this. They normalize this to the point where you are sleeping sheeple, they're closing in on you, and uh, thermal face recognition solution platform, facial recognitions within a second. I mean, we use these platforms on a daily basis, every single second. They have the drones scanning people's bodies, temps, and making sure they stay 6 feet apart. Can you imagine? And this is your future. And let alone you, don't you feel them dehumanizing us, squeezing the life out of us, and what all we can do is participate. Now, the fact that artificial intelligence has already replicated, it is past obsolete at this point, because there are things that are lingering, that are ready to be radioactive, reactive, activated, if you will. I mean, we have all these appliances with chips and etc., and all these electronics that they have created. The more electronics in your house, it's a bigger chance that you have become part of the furniture. That is you. That is your new look. To the point where I'll go a step further, and so fasten your seatbelt, because there's nothing but knowledge here waiting for you. Please take heed to this information, share it, don't take life for granted. And our fight is to uh, recognize your enemy. So here it is, digital identity. Okay, for all push in Africa now has clarity and political will. ID for Africa, executive chairman. Can you imagine the things that African leaders are passing in our sleeps? Like, do you not know the enemy? So imagine the setup that people are going to walk in, leaving America. I mean, it's going to be everywhere, but they had a plan. They wanted you to walk right into this. As soon as you go and you start your beautiful African life, never mind that never mind your native. ancestors are fighting. They're ringing the bells. They putting on their boxing gloves. They know what it is. They feel the energy is shifting, and they think that we are so stupid, to be convinced. And yes, some are utterly confused and severely brainwashed, and that's why there's going to be a whole bunch of considered as spoiled. If you read the chess book, how many will be spoiled because they will be like, can you imagine how many carry this demise on their back? What is your reward is only one thing and one thing only, and that is your demise. you know where will you hide? Like I said, who's feeding this beast? They say, oh, well, if you don't vote, don't complain. No, 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 no. Who the fuck is feeding this beast? Who is complying with this beast ass system that is against you? Who feels helpless? Who feels hopeless? Who is officially, uh, I mean, like beyond docile in your brain to the you feel disabled? Who? Tell me who? And every day we get up lately and we look in the mirror and we say, well, damn, these motherfuckers love to project. They love to project themselves upon us. Like, damn. I mean, like, they are so sophisticated. Now, meanwhile, this is information that has been created way back when, because they were always stealing uh, Einstein, Tesla information. They were always I mean, think about the story about Tesla. They sat there and watched this motherfucker play with energy. What did he do? Harvest energy, How easy if we were to sit there and do that shit with our brain. I'm telling you, if we haven't already killed these motherfuckers in our brain, we have already lost the fight. Now listen, that little old special saying, oh, don't sin in your mind, because if you have sin in your mind, you have already committed sin. And there goes the convictor. His motherfucker, he want to convict you. He want to convict you. He want to convict you. And I said, listen here, bastard, sit your ass right there and let me tell you a story. How your conviction will accuse me, but you out here deceiving, killing, stealing, and destroying. And now listen, when you look your enemies in the face, you have to say, yes, you are the descendants of these founding fucking fathers that I yell about. And yes, it is your fucking history. You have inherited lies, and you have to just look your enemy in the face and say, this is what you feared all along. You fear that I was going to tell you to get the fuck off my land, and we were going to have a spirit that extremely takes over the land. Now, we've seen this spirit. We've seen this spirit uh, take off in Africa, South Africa. That's how real this vicious spirit is. Is a spirit that will give everyone the will to want to fuck shit up. Because at some point you get tired of being tired, and we are tired of being tired. We beyond hit our rock bottoms, right? They created these thug ass neighborhoods for us. They designed that shit, and they mad that, at the end of the day, we really do understand each other more than we think, you know. But they can't even imagine how strong we are. They can't even imagine. Can you imagine? They've been testing our luck forever. They've been testing our luck. Can you imagine? They've been testing us ever since. We are their guinea pigs. We are their, you know, their experiment monkeys. Like, they've been doing the most to us. They created everything on the backs of innocent blood. They built America on the innocent blood. They shed innocent blood. Do you not know that this nation does not matter because they take pleasure in unrighteousness? They parade around here with these honky ass flags and they try to tell you in your face, you know, like I said, don't ever forget, do the math on how many times we were colonized. Now, in a couple of more days, which is it would be the 4th of July. Let's go ahead into this story right here. When the British had the Americas and they held like Maine and Massachusetts and parts of that side of the world, and they wind up fighting America, the Germans, the Nazi collaborators that came here from Paperclip, from MK Control, if you will, if you motherfucker will. You know what I'm saying? So they came here and they came here with this MK Control, put your ass, rock your ass to sleep. Like I said, when they got here, they took your 40 acres in the mute, gave you projects in the pitbull, and they kept your shit. They kept you, docile. We are fucking docile. Yes, we are. But we're the most amazing docile people on the face of the earth because we continuously really believe somewhere in the back of our fucking minds that white Jesus is our God. Like I totally denounce that shit. But how many of you motherfuckers out there guilty of that bullshit? You know, like I said, I should have just kindly took a picture of, and I still could. I think I will do a video about this later on. Um, so the picture is a nice piece of wood. Don't get me fucking wrong. But you have some bootlegged, faggot ass, motherfucking honky ass, Caesar Borgia, hipster on a motherfucking stick, sitting pretty with his hair neat, everything looking cute, like he the shit. And you, you put that shit on the wall, like, don't touch my picture. I said, bitch, if you don't take that shit down, I will hammer the fuck out that shit. I will hammer that shit till there's no more hammering in the motherfucking world. I said, I'll be motherfucking damn. I don't give a fuck. The sentimental in it is that's a whole nother video. I'm not even gonna violate that. But it was sentimental because it reminded him of somebody. It was something of somebody's. But I said that's some bullshit because they even know that this somebody had went out and this is the only thing you can hold on of their memory. That's fucked up. Kind of like fucked up to see this honky ass hipster bitch, in reincarnation, just thriving through the streets of Africa, holding on moms and nannies and nanners and however you want to call it in your true language, you know what I mean? But you know, how the fuck did we get from there to all the way over here? I tell you how. These fucking hunkies and their gods. They're demonic ass, evil ass gods. That that from to begin with, that when we was in the process coming out of the woods, the wilderness, if you will, we refused to stop playing with their hunky ass gods, so and here we are. You can't even deny it. Like they're like, oh, how many people will give you the breakdown? Oh, I know a lot of great videos that people will give you the fucking breakdown about Christianity, but that does not stop these fucking hunkies, from doing the most, pretending to be Christians. What the fuck is a Christian? Just some dwelling ass body with full of demons because they sacrifice the demons. And this is what we deal with. So the spiritual war starts in your fucking minds. And the minute we can get rid of this white hunky ass bitch ass Jesus, then we can stop trying to feed this beast. Like as far as like, oh, are you willing to be beheaded? Then you can actually know that you don't have to lose in Revelation 13. The fact that they will make war with you and a new beast will rise, like China, that bitch, you know what I mean? Steady rising. They in the land, in the motherland, like fucking vultures, okay? If you ever turn on a light and you see fucking cockroaches everywhere, of course we did. Like in the projects, like how fucking yeah. You see these big honky cockroaches dragging fucking cockroaches from hella with fucking pale skin, with fucking slanted eyes, just all over the motherland, fucking recolonizing that shit. Just is so nasty. And all these fucking African pork chop pastors can do is pray in Jesus' name. Then they wonder why this honky ass white man got control and dominion over their land and their natural resources. Can't get rid of Britain. They are some fucking vultures. Can't not no, don't even get me started with the hidden Indians and that motherfucker, because you know you always got some Arabs somewhere. It's not only in the motherfucking 24-hour stores, okay? Talking about let me get a loosely type of motherfuckers. No, it's not only in America, okay, with their bulletproof ass motherfucking windows. Them bitches know better in the hood. But you know the only thing that saved your ass in this motherfucking hood, even though you won't be talking shit from behind that glass, like you somebody. Like we don't know that. But you know what? That's a whole nother video. Because if we go and we do the research, we know that the real Arabs are black. So you got like all these impersonators, these motherfucking mulattoes. They come in Arabs, they come in Puerto Ricans, they come in Latins. They fucking always trying to dominate the fact that, no. If you're a light skinned bitch, you come from a black woman. And the black woman is always being chased for her seed. And that's what we need to understand. It's nothing new. You know, I had to, go through so much in life. And you know what? In fact, that for me is like, man, I done seen motherfuckers suffer so good. I'll be like, shit, you better off dead. I'd rather see you dead than alive. You feel me? Because motherfuckers had to endure some serious ass curses. Let's not even start with AIDS, HIV, cancer, all this fuckery shit that the white man, the devil, listen, when they when they try to come and act like, you fighting the devil, you fighting the devil, all right. And the devil is always in your motherfucking way. Yes, he is. Rather, he got biometrics screening your ass. He got IDF4 on your ass in Africa. Uh, look at, and not to mention, the fuck shit that China been doing. Like China is very scandalous. But let's hear from the white man, because they got some shit going on here, and I just want to share this. I want you to know that the Q shit is a thing of their nature. So, like I said, we want to see what the fuck is going on. We really got to see what's going on, right? So, let's get it. All right. So, apparently, I'm going to play a soundbite, and I think that people should hear this because I want you to see how these motherfuckers operate. They live in La La Land. Alice, they looking for Alice in the motherfucking Wonderland, trying to the Wizard of Oz. They want to pull the curtains or some shit. But I digress. Check it. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my word for it. Just hear it and see it for your motherfucking self. Because listen, play up. They be on some next motherfucking La La Land shit.
And what do we see happening right now? We see businesses opening up. We see people going to these businesses. We see capacity going from 25% now to 50%. Yes, they're doing whatever they possibly can to keep the system shut down, to scare the people, but it is not working. Now, we know we're going to be bringing this whole entire system back to sound money, and we know that gold is very, very important. And what have we been watching lately? We've been watching the gold price move up. Every single day, the gold price moves up a little bit more. I mean, look where we're at. We're almost near $1,800. Think about this for a second. Think how much gold has moved up since Trump came into office. Remember the time when gold was around 1,100 or even dipped below that? And they said it was going to go to 700? Never did. Remember when they were throwing millions or billions of paper contracts at gold to bring the price down? We really don't see that happening right now. But what's very interesting, as Trump and the Patriots begin to
Fucking
move...
fake ass patriots. They got me fucked up. But I digress. Don't ever think I'm on that side. I'm not on that side. I want you to hear how these motherfuckers operate in their psychopath ass minds. Listen to your opponents, because they try to be a step ahead and they always on top of the game. So listen to them. Listen to these motherfuckers and learn something, if you will. Fill them out. Fill them out. Fill them out.
This entire system to sound money. And when I say move it, I mean they're prepping, they're preparing, they're getting ready. They're building the structure. What do we see happening out in China? We see China, they've been caught in this gigantic counterfeiting scandal. 83 tons of fake gold bars. Now, this is the interesting part. Where is this taking place? Wuhan. Now, that is very interesting. Out in China, Wuhan King Gold Jewelry, a company which is, as the name implies, was founded and operated out of Wuhan. Where did the virus come from? Wuhan. Is this a coincidence? Most likely not. What they've been doing here is they've been taking, say, copper, coating it with gold, and they have used it for many different things. And now there's a lot of banks and a lot of individuals that are stuck with this fake gold. Now that is very interesting. Now remember, we'll be moving this entire system.
China is a motherfucker. Now, how the fuck they getting ready to get away with that one? I want to know. I fucking want to know. I know they got a lot of gold from Africa. They in that motherfucker like nobody's business. So I knew they was doing something. They taking the real and they because that's what they do. They anything they do, they trying to duplicate what the white man did, but they can never get it right. They always nasty, messy. They always get caught with their pants down. They motherfuckers are holding people in the rice factories, their little buildings, hostage against their wills. Like, and this is what we dealing with. You know what I mean? This is what we dealing with. You know, cause I tell you what, that little game they played on Trump. Oh, don't worry, we got you. You want us to help you with your next reelection? All right, we got you. We're gonna set this shit up right. We're gonna do whatever we could do to fuck you over, fuck your country, take that, take your slaves, take your land, take the land again. We the new beast rising. You know what I'm saying? And the beast gave power to the dragon. That's what this motherfuckers is. Yeah, like you do not understand that fucking chessboard. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. See, the problem is, right, when you get in there, little Alice in the Wonderland, and you start seeing who's the invisible enemy, you begin to identify your invisible enemy. And your invisible enemy, you know, is not some invisible motherfucking devil, but it is indeed that motherfucking hunky that is plotting and scheming on you, that was taught, you know, and genetically, you know, ancestral bloodline, you know, to do what they're gonna do to you. You know, they are built, they are training baby monarchs all over the motherfucking place, and you know that's what they do. You know, that's what they do. Of course, it's not normal. Of course, it was taught. It was the only way to colonize, separate. Because people think we just now been separated. No, 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 no. We're going way back, way back, back. And every single time the government, you know, has increased tyranny on us, you know, and you would think that we would learn something. You would think that we will, reposition ourselves to say, you know what, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? But we don't. We allow to start depending on them again. And what they do is they control the food. They control everything. They control the pharmaceuticals. Then they keep you in a position that right now you are corner rats. They will poke you and cook you, and they will tell you and determine. That's why when I say that Cuomo needs to be removed by the military, at some point, I pray in the name of Yahweh that they drag his ass out of that office. He's never, ever going to see it coming. If the military don't go and grab that fool, and they will, and they will, and they will, at the tone of my voice, they will. You know why? Because I speak life over that. I speak life that the military will yank his ass out of that office and charge every last one of them for treason. We can win this motherfucking war if the military, exactly what you're going to see though. is what's coming to a theater near you. You will see the good guys against the bad guys is what they aiming for, right? And who's going to be bad and who's going to be good will determine on your fruits. It will determine on what side you left on. What are you doing? Are you going to be held hostage and on one part of the side of the earth and like be fighting the other side? That's pretty much what it's always been. Every war is all about colonization. How are we going to make these people less powerful? Uh, is what this shit is all about. So now that we know their gig is up, what are we going to do? And that right there is between you and your conscience. You ain't got to tell nobody nothing. And those who will be ready will embrace what they have coming, and those who will be remaining in La La Land will be caught off guard, and they will get slammed, wham, bam, out of nowhere, you know. But listen to this fool.
To sound money. And already we're starting to see counterfeiting. Now, that is very interesting. And it's all coming from the same exact area. But here in the United States, we see the economy improving. Every single day, we're getting more and more information that the economy is doing better and better. Now, is it doing incredible like it was before the pandemic?
Doesn't he sound so convincing? That's why these motherfucking Republicans are walking around here with so much hope. Because Trump is their white hope. But they see how stupid he is. But go ahead, hear this fool right here. Don't take my word for it. I want you to feel the confidence in his voice. I want you to see how motherfucking Trump is their white hope. And they don't give a fuck who they gonna knock out their way. That's why let the left and the right kill each other. Hey, get the fuck out the way, blacks and Hispanics. This gonna teach you. All you need to do is sit in your motherfucking chair, turn on connect the biggest screen, like like I got so many of them in here. I think I would turn all the motherfucking TVs on the day that happens. And I would do a personal video like, oh my goodness. This is too good to be true. White on white crime. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have them on all channels. Every fucking TV in the house. On every room. Like I swear. But listen to these rules.
Not yet. It's getting close. And remember, as more and more businesses open up, as they fill their businesses with people, as they add more capacity, add more employees, the system's going to do a lot better. But we're seeing real estate do incredibly well. Remember, the rates have come down, the short-term rates have come down, and we're starting to see the real estate market improve. Now, remember, a lot of the numbers the mainstream media, the financial pundits are using, those are numbers from the past. They keep referring to March, to April. Yeah. Well, if you go backwards, that was terrible. The entire system was shut down. But we need to look into the future because we're no longer shut down. Those unemployment numbers, they don't matter anymore. Those house sales numbers.
I'm talking about that. You are officially bamboozled into universal income. Like fucking a robot took your job, asshole. Like how about that, Bob? Like Bob, you will not no longer even be allowed to even trying to plant your own garden. I mean, like you seen it, Bob. They fucking blocked off the fucking owls. We can't even plant. We, the white people, the white privilege, we are not even allowed to plant. Oh my God, we about to experience the real true oppression that kept the black people oppressed for so long, Bob. Bitch, you gonna learn that. That's for sure. And guess what, motherfuckers? It'll be just another day for us in the hood. You know what I'm saying, motherfuckers? We gonna we gonna throw some onions and maybe a little vegetables and noodles and a fried little motherfucking egg. You know what I'm saying? I'll boil you my shit. Or we gonna be eating some fried eggs with some ketchup, some motherfucking white rice, motherfuckers. Period. So we are the least bothered. You feel me? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm so good. And the more room you have in your house, it would be like, you can plant your own shit, especially if you got some great sunlight. Like, don't even believe the hype. Like, I don't give a fuck what you are living in fear of. But if you're a planter, that will probably be the next knowledge you may want to put. To watch YouTubes about planting. Download these motherfucking videos and begin to, and even as far as like play with it. I have a niece. She's so inspiring. I said, oh my goodness, look at her. And she's like planting root all over her shit and she's loving it, and so is my daughter. My daughter's she's phenomenal in that. She's she went to school to be international business. How many of us have great talent? We should be the least bothered. We should be the least bothered because we'll be trading, we'll be doing different things. We will figure this shit out. Unlike these motherfuckers, they will be committing suicide. They will beg to die and they won't be able to die. Now listen, these white Christians, I'm almost 99% sure it's gonna be one or two or three, what I'm saying, that won't take this mark. They already have taken it. They are more Christians. In fact, they have become Zionism. They are ludicrous, ludicrous Chabaz, Khazarian mobsters. They are the one genetic. They have inherited the lies. Of the son of perdition is who they are, and they are oblivious to this. They are fucking closer and closer to the truth, and yeah, they're like motherfucking close to the edge, and just trying to pretty much hang on, to the truth. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness, the whole world was so bent over, head over on this shit. Like, hey, who didn't want to be like Israel, right? Oh, bless them, send them money, do all this crazy shit. Meanwhile, Israel is in captivity like a motherfucker. You feel me? And they blessing this shit, this crazy Ludovic Jabbar Khazari mobster shit. And that shit is a fucking a figure of your imagination. And we talking about the Rome War. We talking about the fake ass war, right? The Weldon War so happened to be a Rome War, right? When Rome had took over, I guess once upon a time over there sometime, because we're talking about 70 AD, right? So they built some next shit, and they made it seem like, oh my god, this is the realest shit. But if you do your your human rights, uh, natural research, and you follow your ancestors, and like your gut instincts, and and you just know that you're so powerful because you are in your rightful land. They want to try to make you seem like you're not in your rightful land. Now, gradually, like I said, the tribe of Judah is everywhere, scattered. We are all scattered. Israel scattered. Um, and we have been, but like I said, the world is a drinking cup over us. uh, shit, the tribes were fucking amazing, and fast forward, look at us now. So they knew what they were doing ever since they put our ancestors in cages. They know who we are. We are definitely the descendants. Fast forward, still in their captivity, and they have done so much. They invested in this moment right here in us, as far as like even built a system around us. We helped imprison ourselves, believing that we needed the FDA to fucking feed us, believing that this system was everything. We fought for every illusion that we had. We fought for it, so we got it. They, did their best to us, to fucking fuck us up. We wanted a king. We got a whole bunch of these creeps. In fact, we got we got what else we got? We got the son of perdition everywhere. Everywhere. They're a fucking bunch of monsters. The son of perdition is everywhere. They created this ludicrous church. And so for black people in the church right now, still in these pastors, man, woe unto you, man. This is how deep that shit is, man. Like, you already know these scumbag Gentiles, they already ain't shit. But for the black pastors, like, motherfucker, you could have done anything with your life, but you just had to be a rundown ass motherfucking Freemasonry ass bitch ass motherfucking harlot, whore, uh, dumbass, to lead so many of our loved ones astray. You couldn't refuse. You had to be the one to entrap the souls, You had to be the one to keep us docile because this curse, the way they preached it, I've heard that shit for 40 something motherfucking years of my life, okay? And I'll be damned, okay? To still be in real time, in color, okay? Talking about a white man is coming to save me. That is fucking ludicrous. And they out there playing this game, and it's the dangerous, it's the most dangerous. And this is why we are half and half almost there. Because the minute we denounce this hunky ass bitch from hell, the chains and the yokes must come off. And when I say the chains and the yokes, I mean, like, look at the waves around the world. We are being dealt with as a whole. So we gonna have to fight as a whole. See what I'm saying? So we gotta start encouraging our brothers and sisters worldwide, systematically, uh, to do this fight with us. Because imagine if we did this. That's why they left us the fuck alone for a couple of weeks and let us believe that everything is okay because we did a wave around the world. But we gonna have to do a fucking twirl in their twilight zone. We have to drill their motherfucking asses. Period. And the only way we can do that is if we start contacting our loved ones, hit the soldiers up and say, listen, this is what's going on. We need you. We need you on our side. We need you to go and rip out these governments and these governors out of their offices, and they need to be tried. They need to be hung for treason. We've been hijacked. And this is where we at with it, y'all. Because they have the tools. And yeah, Trump disarmed a few of them and about sent 10,000 of them home and disarmed them. Like nothing. Like nothing. The treatment, the lack of respect, for, you know, what they have done to our soldiers, our loved ones. Put them in a line of fire to still kill and destroy somebody's land and steal resources. And we go and we believe in this fucking army that's supposed to be fighting on the behalf of the people, but they're already established in their motherfucking minds. Because Nazi collaborators been doing this shit ever since World War II. And what they gave you in World War One was some bio fucking chemists, bio weapons, biochemical weapons, MK control, and fucking World War II. And now you about to get transhumanism, become a fucking robot, and artificial intelligence, drone days. Yeah? If you get chipped, let me tell you how you will become a fucking vegetable in your own mind, in your own body. You will be so scared to think because they will know what you're thinking. All that shit about you could spell in a text with your mind. Oh, they got plans for you. Yes. They already know. They have a fucking docket number for you and everything. They know who they're going to have to fight. And then those who have docket numbers will be the spies and the degenerates and the ones who receive this mark and the ones who love it, the ones who censor, the ones who are sent. And that's why Gog and Magog will kill each other in the streets because they think that the Most High won't use them to destroy each other by flesh on flesh. That's why I said don't fucking vote. Fuck these motherfuckers. Stay in your house. But I promise you, whatever street you live on, you want to zoom in to that camera, that street camera, and make sure you have your motherfucking laptop on record, because that's where the actions is going to be. Wherever there's a voting booth or wherever they got that shit, whatever they doing, You want to watch those motherfucking camera lights because that's where they're going to be killing each other in the streets. You don't want to be in the streets with them. You just want to see the motherfuckers, kill each other. And that's the best reward you get, the wrath, the unknown wrath that they are walking right into. It is phenomenal. I'm gonna call that shit just the finale. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But let's talk about these things. So here it is. I'm gonna let this guy play just a little bit more. You already see the website, whatever. You can go and listen to them. And I do. I would love for folks uh, to become affiliated with some more news that's going on. Just real quick, briefly, because there's some things that are uh, it's a blackout on. You know, there's blackouts. The media is fucking around. They act like they reestablished some Q movement. The media, they've been hijacked that, and this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with Republicans that are giving these motherfuckers the green light to fuck you over. Then we have the Joe Biden, Jim Crow motherfucking lovers. Um, that's a whole nother story right there. And this is what we're dealing with. So I'm gonna let this play.
The retail numbers in March and April, they don't matter anymore. Why? Because now we've passed May, we're into June, we're going into July. What do we see happening? We have just seen the real estate market bounce back. They expected the existing home sales to be about a 19.3% rebound month on month in May. But instead, it exploded by 44.3%. Think about this for a second. The entire system was shut down artificially, and now existing homes bounce back by 44.3%. Yes, they're still down by 10.4% a year ago, but we're coming out of a pandemic. And what has just happened? Well, the interest rates have come down. The short-term interest rates have come down. And what did that allow people to do? It allowed them to buy a more expensive home. It allowed those people who were never in the market to come into the market. And now we're starting to see the real estate market.
You know what you're watching here is a bunch of white people playing the left and the right game. So apparently he's a fucking right wing, far far right winger, neo fucking Nazis, neocons, fucking Nazi collaborators who play with your emotions. This is their last little wave. After this, they know it's over. So even when they see Trump jump out the motherfucking race or something just out of the ordinary, he's like, oh, he already prayed on this. He's like, yeah, if I lose, there's gonna be civil war. Bitch, it's civil war now. You in this motherfucker. It's been civil war ever since you was the motherfucking president. And all you motherfuckers. You know? That's why I say waking up, to your natural identity is the only thing you're gonna have to need in these latter days to come jump out the fucking illusion. You gotta know who you are. These motherfuckers live a great delusion. Hello, don't they not? Uh-huh. Shit. Man, listen. I motherfucking be dead. I said, look at these motherfuckers. They are doing the most. They talking, screaming all this voting shit, blah, blah, blah. This ain't even your motherfucking land. Get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. This not none of your land, motherfuckers. You don't even belong here. You created some fucking hijack illusion. Like they hijack them, they call it democracy. Like fuck out of here. What happened to Republic? Right? You are hijacked in your own land. That's what happened. And they're not gonna fucking admit to it. They're just gonna destroy your ass. They're gonna cook your ass like, fries in the pot. And that's what we dealing with right now. Never mind that, they have it all. Look, these motherfuckers speak with confidence. They speak in a whole nother level of shit. And it's the confidence that they have against because they go, oh, well, the left, the left. Bitch, you are the motherfucking left. You hunkies are the hunkies of all time, motherfuckers. There is no left, motherfuckers, and there is no motherfucking right. You are the hunkies to the motherfucking donkeys, to the mutes, the motherfucking acres and 40 acres and the mutes, motherfuckers. Those motherfucking hunkies, okay, bitch? Ain't nobody got a motherfucking amnesia. You the only one you the only one who hate history. Oh, no. God forbid if you tell them about their motherfucking ancestors, they offended. They become very bothered. How are you bothered? But they'll sit there and say, well, I didn't do nothing to you. It was my ancestors. No, bitch. You living in a motherfucking house in your best life and you inherited some shit in the name of blood, and you living your best life. You kept the money in your family that your ancestors robbed from honest, hard working, but hey. And what happened was that came with the, the blessings and the curses, right? Now listen, they want Jesus. What Jesus did for them? Nothing. Keep them in bondage with a yoke around their neck, and all their blessings go to hunky, hunky donkey. You think that a white man won't? Yeah, I'm telling you, I heard this conversation, and I want to hear it again. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull that video up when I get a good chance about oh Gentile white pastor and a Hebrew melanin uh, pastor, which is it's possible that they can be Gentiles because they have become Gentiles because they mixed. So they've been all these years, all these centuries, for after 400 years, after another 400 years, and after another fucking 400 years, right? All they got to do is like, hey, call Africa, the leader from anyone in North America. He could be the stupidest fucking pastor in Nigeria as like right now. Call the dumbest fucking pastor, the one that's pouring Sprite and sunk kiss on these motherfucking heads. Talk about some it's the Holy Spirit. I'll be there. That's what the fuck we dealing with. So they go and they call a motherfucker like that and say, oh yeah, new world order, one world currency, one word religion. I'm like, if these motherfuckers don't get the fuck on, fuck is you talking about? Fuck you. Got us fucked up. And first of all, we in our right lane. You talking about the Southern Kingdom? Well, that's a whole nother kingdom, but we talking about the Northern Kingdom. You see? And our Northern Kingdom starts from the North, South Central, North, South America, all the way throughout the Caribbean islands. See, we a whole nother fucking breed. Rather we take it or not. It is what it is. I'm so sick and tired of that. Like that's just the real reality of it. And we are closer to the heavens. Why do you think they love this land so much? Key question. Why they love the North so much? I mean, they've done everything to the Southern Kingdom too. Don't get me twisted. They've been selling their own people in slavery and they joined the fucking Britons and they loved their oppressors. I mean, that was a business ever since Africa became Muslim, Now that's deep, deep way back history. You know what I mean? Nothing new under the sun. But see, once again, they can actually say that shit in the north, in the south about the Southern Kingdom. They cannot say that shit about the Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom is a whole nother fucking history. See, we have natives, we have the Caribbeans, we have that native blood. See, that royal Hebrew blood. That's what happened. And they put us in cages and experiment with us. And there's some hidden people out there, the hidden ones. That's why they call the hidden ones for a reason. Now it's totally up to us to go and discover who you are. That's your body right. And once you come out of their religion bullshit, you will be able to. It will make a whole lot of sense to you. Like think of Little House in the Prairie days. Them motherfuckers wasn't doing nothing but working to eat. They lived natural. Was there a system? No. I mean, they were able to trade. They use gold and silver. You know, a black man It was only a black man, so-called black man, all right, that needed to work in his whole motherfucking family once upon a time. You didn't need 10 motherfuckers to run a household. It was always that hard working dad, you know. Watch Good Times. Hello. And he even told you in Good Times, how many times that, you know, you're the chosen people, held in captivity in your own land. Even Martin Luther King told your ass that. I mean, they were a problem. They had to be taken out because they were saying shit like that. See, they're not worried about you going back to Ghana. Like, okay. Now, if Judah was meant to go back to Ghana, Judah wouldn't have been here. The Most High picked Judah for a reason. Judah is very important to the Most High. Judah, Ephraim, Manasseh, So if you really want to know the puzzle, and if you follow the slaves and the natural resources, you will understand how blessed you really are when it does come to the blessings and the curses. Because if we stop feeding the beast once again, we won't have these problems. Can you imagine coming out of Egypt with all these possessions? I mean, like last Egypt, like just like last Egypt. I mean, they came out with all the possessions. Can you imagine just gaining your land back? The oppressed overtaking the oppressors. When you really read the book, I mean, listen to that shit for what it is. I could play it right now for you, and then it tell you just that. Like, even if you read what's the next move of prophecy, this is what they fear the most. And yes, it is a story. It is a story in color. Fast forward, fucking Pharaoh. Pharaoh stay on Pharaoh shit. I'm not in the one of the sun. Just fast forward. Pharaoh, man, he got his motherfucking slaves. He don't want to let us go. And we like, let us the fuck. And not only us, but the Most High is like, let my people go. Let my people go. So if you really want to understand, then it's still, you still come out on top. You no longer even look at these people the same way because you're looking at them like, when you wake the fuck up, come holler at me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bless me. You gotta bless me. When I'm waiting for, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. That's how you gotta treat these motherfuckers. And just look at them like, one day, the tables will turn. Because he who lead into captivity shall be led into captivity. You know? And their time is up. See, that's what that shit is all about. They don't really want to tell you that you have a gene in you that's being automatically turned on, talking this shit. So as soon as they see that shit all over the internet, rather it's from the fucking Israelites on the streets or whatever the case may be, they know that even that is a hook. How many people got hooked trying to lead you astray and you left their asses right there? You know what I mean? Because if you supposed to be in the right path, in the right bunch, you're just gonna be in the right path in the right bunch. You trying to be on the right remnant path. You're not trying to worship idols. You're not trying to, I don't care if it's black or white. You trying to be connected with the Most High. You knowing, you appreciating every breath you take. Every breath, you know that every breath you take is important. Everything you do is important. Everything, time is precious. So everything you do, make it a precious moment. Don't ever let nobody put fear in your heart. Stop fucking feeding the beast with fear. Cause they gonna get, they if we stop being scared, they gonna get scared. So that's the only way to let them know we're not playing. And neither are they. But you know what? If we don't comply, we don't play their game, they have no game. You know what I'm saying? They have no game. It was like fucking knocking the wall down. Get the fuck on. And that's what we gotta realize. So we as the people, we don't have to give them the power. We don't have to be their goyim, their cattle. Once we know who we are, we start, we come back to the Most High. We start praying. We start trying to keep our commandments to the best of our ability because it's a lifestyle. Even from down to the things that we eat. from the things that we say, from the surroundings, the people that we allow on our Facebook. You know what? I don't judge people by that, because I know we in a learning process. So even if I do see energy, I'm not there to judge that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I peep people's personalities. I know who you are by the way you talk. So when I read your shit and I'm reading, I'm like, oh, okay. That's what you call it. That's a what you call it. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and judge you. I'm just gonna know what the fuck I'm dealing with because that's what life is in America, right? We become a type of people um on some real shit in the hood. Yeah, you can't get your ass beat. Pretty much. I don't man listen. It's not a game. The demonic force that they really fear is the one in us. The rebelliousness in us is what they really fear. So as far as like being too docile and like really to the point where you bursting through shit, that's what it's gonna come to. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come just to that. And they not gonna expect it. They're gonna be like, oh, once upon a time, they think about the police and they just be like, it's like you don't wanna you wanna pop the balloon, but you don't wanna watch the balloon be popped. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna put your head down and squeak like you don't wanna, you how many of us are like that? Fuck out of here. Fuck that. We wanna see that motherfucking balloon pop. We gonna pop that shit. Cause we tired of living in a fucking bubble. You feel me? This bubble got to go. The inflation finna bust, whatever. And they gonna do whatever they gonna do. With or without. So, I mean, the only thing that you can do is either comply or fight. Pretty much. Totally up to you. So if you worry and bother why what the fuck somebody's saying, fuck that. If you know better, bitch, just go around sounding the alarm. No shade. Sound the motherfucking alarm. Alert, 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 alert. We need each other. We need to come together. This is motherfucking one unity, one meeting, worldwide, one spirit, one heart, one mind. That's the body right there. Okay? Anything that match is a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Any puzzle that fit the piece, that's just the way it is. Feel me? And we got to start identifying certain shit. Like what is cold? What the fuck is cold? Cold is sounding alarm. Fuck that. See some, say something on these motherfuckers. Like don't hold back no more. We done holding back. You know what I'm saying? I so agree too, baby. We done. We gonna let them know that we our own motherfucking. We our own. We ain't got no other choice but to be our own. You your own. We your own. We not fucking gonna comply with them. Then that gives them more. Cause we gonna have to fucking find a way to take our power back. So the only way to take your power back is to think the total opposite of what your opponent has prepared for you. Like who the fuck they think they are. Like that's like walking into a motherfucking incinerator. Or how many of us claim to be reading? We walk on elevators and down all the way the fuck down we go. You know what I mean? Like there's the shit that we dealing with, boo boo traps. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta come better than that. We already know the greatest thing about hood. Let me tell you something about what I'm gonna talk about. What we do have in common. We know how to motherfucking like. You know what I'm saying? We so docile. Like yes, we will be on some. You know what I'm saying? We want you fuck with one, you fuck with all type shit. Oh shit, yes, they are so sleep. Sound the alarm. Sit down. They're not trying to hear exactly. But you know what? You gotta say what you gotta say and keep saying it. Don't let nobody tell you what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and just know that that's your fulfillment. Spirit and in truth. You can never beat spirit and in truth. Spirit and in truth. Spirit and in truth. It keeps the earth alive. Spirit and in truth. Because everything else, let every man be a lie. You know what I'm saying? Let everyone be a liar. You know? But the spirit is real. The truth is real. The truth can only do one thing is make you free. But the illusion that comes with this captivity in this matrix, and every time we Our children are being born in a matrix as such. And it's just getting worse and worse. I mean, to the point where they doing too much. With the human rights, the digital identifications, and how many of us are going to be in these fucking psychopaths? This is sad because once upon a time, these doctors, you thought everything about them, but now you are thinking fucking 10 times before you go to a fucking hospital now. You know what I mean? Because the minute you even think about going up in that bitch and you be held against your will because all this motherfucker from medical martial law got to say is whatever he want to say, like they doing now. They assuming and blaming you to have a fucking something that you don't have. They not even calling it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? They not even calling. You don't even hear nobody talking about 5G no more. You know what I'm saying? You're not hearing. It's just going quiet and quiet and quiet. That's all it is. Because at this point, people don't know what the fuck to do anymore. They feel so closed in. But why? When you supposed to be standing in front of your door with all your family with your fucking guns cocked back. Like what it is. What else are you going to do? Just sit there and let the motherfucking slaughter you? So, I mean, we gotta be thinking fucking logically. You know what I mean? Like, this is our motherfucking future. This is our reality. Like, okay, we played this motherfucking game long enough. So what's next? And who's next? That's what that who shit is all about. If you ask me, who's next? And they fucking funding that shit right here on YouTube. Regular YouTubers giving money, donating to that shit to the who. That's a whole nother video too. But oh my goodness, my homegirl. Oh my goodness, I can't. I need y'all to go and watch her. And you know what? I think y'all know her. Her name is Hearing Crystal Clear. She's one of the girls that she went viral for sounding the alarm. One of the nurses, she was telling you how all this shit is fake, and right now she's like, for me, I would consider her a motivational speaker because she's constantly fighting this war, verbally, and exposing some amazing knowledge, if you will. We're talking about the acts, the amendments of the indigenous people, how long ago we've been hijacked and how we hijacked right now by foreigners. Like the fact that Europeans have came here, you know, Europeans are 10 kingdoms, okay? You need to go and look that up. Learn your 10 kingdoms, okay? So you can overstand the chessboard of what's fighting the most high and what's been warring against the saints. You know what I'm saying? This is some real shit. So it's not about, oh, the word is a white man's word. No, honey, it is your fucking history that they exploit. White men make a killer off of it. They do so much with that shit. They have done so much with it. They've got a lot of stuff done in life. Not to mention, how they make money off this bloodline, right? What would they be without the diasporas? What would they be without the descendants? What would they be without all the thousands of generations? And the Head Start with the free labor, and like everything that they've done. How can they even repay that? So, at some point, we're gonna have to stop playing their game because they're gonna shed blood. They're gonna come. They're gonna shed blood. So if you go to these front door churches and you play with these pastor pork chops and you pray with them and you raise your you open your portal as far as your temple, like your body, your vehicle, and you stand with a warlock and you pray with them, and they suck your energy up and they harvest they turn your soul and your body into a dwelling place for demons. That is a scary harlot, uh, demonic force to be a part of, and that's what we would liberally, literally, uh, we were sacrificing our children to these demons. Once upon a time. But thank God for the rebellion generation that was not with it. You have a whole nother generation, but after that, the generation just stopped. And I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, the kids, that generation went just ham. We're talking about 4 or 5 generations that Obama had his hands on. Hitler style. Because when I talk, I'm team me. You know what I'm saying? I expose all these motherfuckers. I'm not voting for none of them. I don't give a fuck about. I'm telling you about our enemies that work for a fucking horrible empire. Okay, that suppresses you on a pyramid. That is there to do only one thing and one thing to you. Keep you going, give you some illusion about capitalism, nationalism. And nationalism is a fucking problem because that's where that worldwide motherfucking white honky ass supremacy kicks in. And they just feel so privileged all around the world because they were able to conquer that shit, through banks and creating uh Federal Reserve and these motherfucking white people playing with shit like that, and the illusion of Trump taking down the Federal Reserve. I can sit here and tell you that they fucking live it's and an illusion that is absurd. And they are the problem. They giving Trump this illusion, this fantasy that he's winning and he's winning big time, and that the black people, they need the black people. They are so thirsty for black votes, so they will allow you to prey on them. You can do your GoFundmes; they'll support that shit as long as you showing talent for them. They are your supporters. They are your hunkies. They're your whatever. They gonna pay you to act the fucking fool against your own people. So sure, why not? They'll own you through your own page and suck up your fucking energy and have you like a go yo yo. I've seen it done. How many motherfucking brothers and sisters are out here doing the most in the name of Trump campaigning and Candace, baby. That child right there. Oh, damn. Can you imagine her? She was so cute in her little picture. That beast right there, baby. That motherfucker. That's to show you black women power, baby. That and everything else that a black woman do, they need that black woman approval. That's why motherfucking Trump is under this illusion like she is the black face for everybody. Hear me, bitch. Somebody get this bitch and slap her fucking ass up real quick. And let me be careful what I say because that's just a wish. I swear I would not even touch that bitch with a 10-foot pole. What I would do is continue to speak my motherfucking mind though. Like I've been done with her ass like a long time ago. So she's so irrelevant. It's not even funny. But the fact that you have to slay her ass and let it be known, she swear we are the descendants that are overly privileged. Didn't matter if we in captivity. Didn't matter if we come from the hoods because those are the people that she like to look down on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, those people from the hood. But she'll take a motherfucking one of their songs and use it for COVID and this, that, and the other thing to realize, bitch, you was chanting against your own motherfucking demise, bitch. Because look at you. Now you forced to wear a mask in a fucking health food store and you apparently your skinny little ass does not shop. You do not live with plan A's, B's, and C's. So your ass felt the need that they was really gonna let your ass in there without a mask, and they made you wear a mask, and you're like, oh my god, like when they finally taking away our amendments, like, but shut the fuck up. They didn't take the seal off. You not paying attention. You have a big platform, and then you want to go and just because black people go through whatever they go through, you want to put white people on a pedestal, and then you want to go and talk about how you dox motherfucking Floyd in his grave, in his so-called grave, right? Like, bitch, you're the queen of doxing, bitch. Like, So here it is. She had this little fucked up story about just somebody just on a regular day. That's just how the fucking hood is. It who gives a fuck? But it still don't give no motherfucking white supremacy motherfuckers the lean with it, rock with it, to have a knee in their neck and just say, this and that, blah, 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 flu, fla, 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 and let it fly. because that's how you feel, bitch. Like nobody asked you for your motherfucking opinion. You're irrelevant, and I always want to be out there telling motherfuckers that like this bitch done bumped her head. She got I be I be damn. I said, bitch, go sit the fuck down somewhere, bitch. You just a hot, messy ass little European loving ass motherfucker. You love them Europeans. You like the lizard up your asshole. No shade, you know. But it's so good because you ain't hear from me. I'm not the one that gossip. But on that note, though, look, we are in war, and we either gonna sit there and act like we could think for ourselves critically, or we gonna let motherfuckers like her. Well, hey, I don't know who the fuck gassing her up. I like I said, that's a whole nother video. I trust me, you know, that's a whole nother video. Who the fuck is gassing her ass up? I really Trump, and then so she's like, and he tried to get slick and he want to start hugging and kissing the monuments. No, it's not what we're doing out here, right? But anyhow, to make a long story short, putting unveils monuments to fallen Red Army World War II soldiers. Talking about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, see, putting and those motherfuckers that whitewash history, that's a whole nother video. So when they stole the Ark of Covenant, right, and they whitewash history, because that's what happened, folks. We've been bamboozled. And they whitewash history like nobody's business because they felt the need that they needed to paint everything their color, okay? Because God forbid, God forbid, you know, if we have to live this illusion with them, of can you imagine? What would it? Okay, so yes, World War II was very, very bloody. hmm Not to mention all the Holocaust, right? The anti-Semitic folks that didn't want to go along was still in this identity, but it helped them a great deal to create a delusion uh, of the Israeli state. And the thing is, I think because we're from the fucking hood that we don't know things like this. You know, they think that we are that fucking lack of knowledge. Some of us are. I mean, fast forward. I think that we need to be in our children's ears more because they are the future. They need to be saying shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to be making sure that they keeping a memory of what's going on. Make sure that we're giving them the right information. Make sure that we are feeding ourselves the right information. You know, keeping history, making notes, keeping notes of these things. Because don't forget, since World War II, prior to them even getting, they were promised that land, right? Accordingly, because they confederated against Israel to make Israel nation no more. And most of us, you can actually find that in Psalms. See, another thing about dumb is you would think that when you talk about Psalms that you're talking about dumb and that you need to bless dumb, but no, this is your history, right? And there's just and they have different ways of going about this. They have like the Mormon book. Like if you read the Mormon book, even if you can actually put the app on there, you're gonna hear about the La Casas. You're gonna hear about the Northern, the natives. Uh, your hidden information that they hide from you. That they, of course, they're not gonna teach in these indoctrination centers that they call schools. They're not gonna do that. What they're gonna do is they're gonna brainwash you into believing the total opposite of the truth. So when the truth, does come across you, you be like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, how many of us come across people and treat people like that, and they've done went above and beyond to find out things that you was not willing to learn. Even as far as as far as like knowing what Psalms 83 means. You know what I'm saying? How many of us uh we play with the Psalms and we read this book, and then you go, well, what book are you reading from? I'm reading Without a Hidden Agenda. I done threw away every false dispensation, every false deity, and I came to a conclusion that this is the real history of the chessboard. This is what happened. This is what happened to Israel. And they acting like this is gonna happen in the future, and meanwhile it already happened. You know what I'm saying? Keep not thou silent, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo thine enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy headed ones. Who are thy headed ones? And they have consulted against thee. They had took counsel, crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. That tells you that the United Nations and all of them, that shit that they got going on in the Middle East is a hoax. All that shit that they're gonna have war, they're gonna have this, they're gonna have that. Listen, they've been trying to take the motherland. It's nothing new under the sun. For some reason, they couldn't get it. But you know, as you can see, they have this big old next thing, you know, for the motherland. You know, they've been keeping it. And look what they do to Africa. Like, let's keep it a buck. They show you the richest children on the face of the earth are the poorest children on the face of the earth, on the richest land on the face of the earth that feeds the earth. Everybody eats well off that motherland except for the chosen people, the people of the land, from the land. They do not know how to utilize their resources. They do not even anticipate on now. They begin in this generation. If they so busy, the generation prior to that, these elderly folks, they've been doing was selling you in your sleep. Pretty much is what we're dealing with. Now this thing right here is the same thing that we will read, but it's a chessboard. It is a chessboard. This is what had already happened. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the same that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. There's only one Israel that feels so lost and out of place. So you know, okay, they're all against you. Boom. Think logically. This is the chessboard. The only thing that's gonna set us free is coming out of this wizardry that they have plotted, and this Christianity shit ain't nothing but a sleeping slumber. So you have to go back and read it, and you have to word for word take it for what it is. You already know who you are. You are Israel. They made you a nation no more. So go back to the beginning of the story and go into the lost books that they keep away from you. Like the book of Jubilee will tell you. The book of Jubilees will tell you exactly the plan of the whole plan. When Moses was up in the mountain, you know what I'm saying? And by the time he came down, it was already all said and done. Because while he was up there for 40 days, right? They were down at the mountains doing the most. You know, they were worshiping idols. They've been doing it. They came out with that state of mind and they did not want to leave it. And here it is, fast forward Jesus being called the new name, because Jesus, the name of Jesus has only been around for fucking 200 years. Like, let's be realistic, all right? And okay, we talking about being colonized in Greek and Rome, passed around like 99 fucking bottles of beer on the wall. You know, you take one down, you pass it around, and then you have 98, and then 97, and then 98. Like, it goes and it fluctuates. You know what I'm saying? Because we as large as the motherfucking sand. You know what I'm saying? We as large as the sand, as many. So they need to keep killing us. And we need to come to a conclusion that we all won, you know, whether we like it or not. So how did they conquer us a long time ago? Through slavery, doing the most, raping our men, buck fucking, They did so much shit. Feed our babies to crocodile. Now, if you really want to win this war, these are things that you need to meditate on. Okay, if you really want to fucking win this war, these are the things that you need to meditate and stop being so fucking forgiving all the damn time. Because the Most High, when He come to fight on our behalf, trust me, He's not coming with no money. He's not coming. He coming with a sword upon this land. You see the dust rising in the air. You see the magic and the power in that. Now listen, the fact that this book is a chessboard. That gives us time to know who's your enemy. Just go back and read it. And it says, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederated against thee." They who? The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, the Moabs, and the Hergenes, whatever, the Gabal, the Ammonim, the Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of the Tyre. So everything they doing in the Middle East is a stunt. It's a hoax. That's why they all got to meet at the Valley of Josaphat. They will destroy each other. These stupid motherfuckers. They not with the real plan. And that's why I always tell Trump supporters, Republicans, yes, the Most High will win. God always wins. I told you that all the time. God always wins. And if you are a God for your God's children of the Most High Yah, which is that right there, told you that too. Nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Psalms 86, verse 2, if I'm not mistaken. Uh-oh. A boo boo. But let me go and get it. So, Psalms 82, verse 6. My bad. Or 80. Yeah, it's Psalms 82, verse 6. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get that. Let me go and get that. You know what I mean? So, 82, verse 6. Right? For some reason, it's not coming up. But see, that's so y'all can see how powerful this is and why they really don't want you to know who you really are. So the minute we come into this knowledge right here, then you will actually see that how it makes sense. So what's happening right now is, let me see, did it go through? Let me see, did it go through? Uh-oh. I'm trying to see if it went through. I don't want to get too ahead. It looks like it didn't go through. Let me do this again. So I'm gonna move this, and then I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna bring this up once again, right here, and here we go. All right. So yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. All right. So I'm trying to bring up Psalms 82, verse 6, as you can see right here. Okay. It says right here. Okay. Psalms 82, verse 6. I say, you are gods. You are all sons of the Most High. They never preached this. Psalms 82, verse 6. They never preached this. You know, they do not know or understand. They wander in the darkness. All the foundations of the earth are shaken. I have said, you are God. You are all sons of the Most High. But like mortals, you will die. And like rulers, you will fall. The cross references. And Jesus replied, right? The Jesus name replied, "It is not written in your law, I have said you are gods?" That's a question. You made him. I'm gonna call you back, okay? I'm busy right now. I'm on the live. No, I didn't. Annoying. Anyway, all right. So Psalms 8, verse 5. You made him a little lower than the angels. You crowned him with glory and honor. God presides in the divine assembly. He renders judgment among the gods. See, now when you start hearing the celestial talk and the Melchizedek, then you begin to understand or understand that what we dealing with is a higher dimension. They got us trapped in our own minds and in our own bodies. He will call to me, "You are my Father, my God, the rock of my salvation." Ezekiel 28. Son of man, tell the ruler of Tyre that this is what the Lord God says. Your heart is proud, and you have said, "I am God. I sit in the seat of gods in the heart of the sea. Yet you are a man and not a God. Though you have regarded your heart as that of a God." So they know who you are and they know who they are. Zechariah 12, verse 8. On that day, the Lord will defend the residents of Jerusalem, so that the weakest among them will be like David, and the house of David will be like God, like the angel of the Lord going before them. Treasury scripture. I have said you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So when you start talking Melchizedek, you start hearing a whole different language. Psalms 82, verse 1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. Exodus 22, 9 and 28. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for remnant, or any manner of lost thing, which another challenged to be his, the cause of both parties, shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn. He shall pay double unto his neighbor. Now, the reason why I say this, because these political arenas is what got us in savage mode to begin with. We have the power to come out of this, but we choose not to come out of it. We feed this beast. We play with these white people, beasts of the field. Now, once again, they are not your brothers and sisters, okay? I know there's a lot of people out here that are very genuine, like my daughter, per se, okay? She will come and she'll speak these big, phenomenal, great, big words and try to fill in the blanks, you know, of some illusion. That, oh, God made all, yes, God made everything, heaven and earth, everything in it, nothing new under the sun. But who are you? What character are you on this earth? Everyone has a name. Everyone comes from a tribe. The Most High knows your bloodline, knows who you are. Who are you? Because they acting like the Most High is coming to save the world. And that's not the case. That's why the world is in turmoil you right now. But it would all depend on you. When you come out of these front door churches, you come out of Babylon, and you are set free, and you can be a God. You can, for ye or gods, children of the Most High. So you are a God connected to the Most High, Yah God. And that's how you are spiritual. You're not supposed to be a part of a religion. You're supposed to think in the speed of light. You're supposed to endure uh, long suffering. Uh, you that comes with experience. You're supposed to have experience already. That's what the test is all about, preparing us for the next kingdom. So when we do have the seals upon our head, no one can take it. No one can take the DNA. The fire will touch those who the fire is going to touch, and there's going to be some plagues that are going to hit a lot of people because this ride determines your future. What train are you really on? Are you on the one where you are the problem, thinking you're the problem solver? Because there's a lot of that going on. You know, are you a psyop? Are you somebody that just talks the talk but don't walk the walk? That don't have nothing to prove? Like even if I don't care how docile and oppressed we are, we even call our oppressions a blessing. Jesus saved us from this oppression. How can Jesus save you from the oppression that Jesus put you in, right? Let's think logically. Because Jesus has so happens to be your God, but he is also your oppressor. That white man hunky ass motherfucker that you worshiping on a motherfucking hipster stick, okay? Wood and stone. Wood and stone will be something that we need to go and look up. What does wood and stone mean? Why is this so important to even know that you've been scattered among all nations, that you are, officially we are. Let me rephrase that. Okay. Um let me go ahead and uh show just maybe a little example of what I'm talking about. Because honestly, um, we are in that time, you know, that when people see this picture, you know, of the whore on the dragon's back, this is what they think of, you know, and not to mention that, everything, everything uh, comes from the natural motherland. Okay, everything comes from the natural motherland, the natural matrix. Matrix means womb. If you uh, come out of a womb of this matrix, the mother of matrix. That's why all black women are the mother of matrix. So this message is for you. The earth listens to you. The earth is always going to listen to the daughters of Zion, rather we accept it or not, rather we believe it or not. The daughters of Zion are so precious to the Most High. It is only the daughters of Zion that can stop this madness. So I call on all the daughters of Zion, and I come to tell you that I love you. We love each other. We are the only ones who can stop this madness. A black woman's power, energy. Imagine many in one room. And we have to forgive our melanated men, and our melanated men need to respect and forgive. We need to forgive each other. We need to love each other. It's all we have right now. So if you're looking for love, that is the love that we should be calling on. And it's called the blood calls. That's the only thing that we should be focusing on. Being there for our men. I shouldn't have to turn on the TV and watch men just brutally abuse, women. We should be holding each other down. We should supposed to be one. You know, hitting a woman is like someone hitting your daughter, someone hitting your mother, your grandmother, your sister. This is the things that we should be taking into consideration. We are the superior people. We are uh, the people uh, with civilization in us naturally. Yes, we are so spiritual. We were even willing to love our enemy and pray for our enemy. But no, we're not gonna love and pray for our enemy anymore. We're gonna love and pray for our sisters and brothers, and we're gonna stop playing, uh, you know, haterade games with one another. We're gonna be like, listen, okay, what's your part? Okay, that's what you want. You want to be that. Okay, what's your talent? What's your talent? What's your talent? Okay, everybody got one job. That's your talent. If you had only one chance and one way to save the world, how would you want to be used? Is what we need to be saying. And I'm going to stick with that. And I don't want to make this video any longer than I have already made it. I greet you all and in love. And I leave in that same manner as I came. And I hope that this video will find folks in the best of health. And just here, pushing forward is not easy, but we got to do it. We got to do it and do it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And just know that your enemy, uh, he's just trying you. Okay. You can easily snap on that motherfucker. Just keep that in mind. And that's what we're going to focus on in the near future. Don't love your enemy and let your enemy prey on you. Love your sisters and brothers. Let's support each other. Let's raise each other up. Let's lock arms. Pretty much is all we have right now. And I promise you, we didn't make it this far for nothing. When we come together, we are no fucking nothing to play with. That's some steamy ass energy power. Yeah, Blue Beam Manhattan Project is always about us. We are the energy from the North Pole. Believe that shit if you don't believe in nothing else. They know how we make their fucking GPSs ring through satellite. It is not a game. Our gamma rays is always going to be purple, hot pink, Leon. Uh, we are all the colors. You put them all together, and what do you get? You get black. Okay, period. So we are amazing together, and I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and just please love your sister, love your brother. If they have a business, support them. Always, please. I don't care if it's a cookie. Let me get one of those. Let me get three of them. I don't care if someone is just washing hair set. Let's learn how to use our skills. Let's wash and set hair. Who's gonna be selling food? Who's gonna be frying that fish? Who's going to be, doing the ices, who's going to be supporting like the good old days. Because before we had, listen, keep this in mind, why we are the Y generation is so important to this generation right here, because we are the generation that before the electronics came about, they're going to need our surviving skills. Before computers came about, we were doing the damn thing. We were playing travel team, and now we were playing double dutch. We were playing skelly. We were playing motherfucking dices. We were playing spades. We were playing travel team, and now, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. I love you. I love you, and I enjoy you too. Thank you for tuning in. This your girl. Yo, this is the shit that we got to be up on, baby. We got to be on it. We got to be sharing these stories that we used. Growing up, we is very important. That's what we have, even if it's fucking ebonics. Teach your kids ebonics. You know what I'm saying? But is out of his here. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker Fizz fuck got me Fizz fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's my cousin for you right there, yo. And everybody's name is Mo. Yo, Mo, what's up, Mo? Yo, Mo, what's up, Mo? That shit used to fuck the cops up in the hood because they didn't know nobody's name. Everybody's name was Mo. But anyhow, I love y'all. Have a blissful day. Blissful day. Yeah. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Me, your girl to talk with Tiny. Peace.